guys, what's up? Megan Lynn here. Spiritual Empress. I gotta start saying that a little bit more because I think I'm not owning it enough. So I just wanted to talk a little bit today about Pisces. There has been, just for years and years, through all my astrology studies, all these people trying to understand Pisces. Because what's happened with this planet is a lot of people have dealt with low-level Pisces. There's been a lot of low-level Pisces on here because they've been stuck in illusions here. Because we were in the Piscean age, they got a little bit drunk with their own abilities. The funny thing is, they don't utilize their abilities to the max, and the max would be for the good. So I just wanted to talk to the collective when it comes to Pisces, understanding Pisces. This is from, I'm an evolved Pisces, I'm exalted in Pisces, and an Aquarius. I just wanted to go into a little bit of an experience I had. So there's this guy, I met him, and it was funny because everybody else recognized it too. We immediately connected, and it was on a very deep level. And it was weird, and it was very comfortable. He is a Pisces, so true Pisces, and that's where my Pisces kicks in. So I am Venus in Pisces, so I connect more easily with all the signs because Pisces contains the actual characteristics of all the zodiac. So for me to connect with people, it's very, very easy to tune into them. I'm also a projector. But with him, it was so funny because he was just doing all the things that I want to do. All the things I want to do with my life. I always want to be outdoorsy, do this, that, or the other. Here's the thing, and this is how you can identify a low-level Pisces very, very quickly, is people have a really hard time understanding Pisces because they get confused by them and they think that they're so smart with their manipulation. It's the opposite of that. There's nothing to figure out about an unevolved Pisces because there's nothing to figure. Because I had this experience with this guy, and it's so funny. I'm just laughing about it. Is basically we were talking, and then he has a very hectic work schedule, and so do I, but he works overnights. So he was working overnights, and so then he just started texting me random texts. They'd be a random text. Yesterday it was a random text of information. The day before it was a random text of he's just going to work, and I was okay, have a good day, and then nothing after that. So people are oh, why do they ghost us? Why do they this, that, or the other? It's because they're up to shady shit, and that's what you guys just need to accept that. They're either out of sight, out of mind, or they're doing shady shit, or they're wanting to keep something from you. Yes, some of them can be introverted, but what you guys aren't understanding about Pisces is that with evolved Pisces, there's nothing to figure out because they're just all loving, all consuming, and they're probably not watching this video. So this really isn't for the unevolved Pisces. This is tricks and tips to handle an unevolved Pisces, which honestly I wouldn't even handle them. I would just cut them out. But yeah, so this guy, he texted me this random text again yesterday, and please do not engage with it. I'm my chart is 50% air. I'm more ran by the Pisces in me because I'm heart-centered, but my chart is 50% air. So straight up Aquarius, karmic stuff's gonna happen if you're naughty to me. But this guy, he just texted me this random text, and so I replied to it and I said, thanks for the fun fact, but it didn't go anywhere after that. He didn't send a text back. So then a couple hours later, because I hadn't been really engaging with him that much, a couple hours later I just said, are you okay? And he said, yeah, I'm fine, I'm at work. Why? And I said, because you're just sending these random texts. And he's well, what's the problem with that? And I said, well, the problem is that you're sending a random text to engage, and then the other person responds, and then you just never reply to them for the rest of the day, or this, that, or the other. And I'm sorry, I don't understand the point in texting at all then, you know, like, don't text me then. And then he was just like, well, you just don't understand. Here's the thing, what a Pisces does that's low level is they play games. They just play games, and part of that is to absorb your energy and to get control. So water signs can be very draining and manipulative, and like I said, I call them the soul suckers, the low level ones. And I love water signs in their highest form, but that's what the Pisces does, is they play these games to try to make you analyze, try to make you think about things, to try to you know, get your energy, and then get you invested in them because you're curious. You're like, why would you text me and then just not text back? Why would you this, that, or the other? And the funny thing is, people think that they're so smart and they're so complicated, and it's so not like that. It's so childlike and immature, and it's like the demons that I deal with, like straight up demons that I deal with. They're just very childlike. They're trying to get your attention. They're trying to play games. They're trying to see what they can get away with pulling you over on. And just so you guys know, the game is not hard. So it's just funny because I went back. The funny thing is, I went back to business, and I was like, okay, well, just, you know, this, that, or the other still has to be done. And he immediately was like, okay, I'll come in right. The second you're apathetic and you're like, I'm not playing the games, is the second that they want more. That's the second that they chase you. So just so you guys know, if you're trying to get a low level Pisces, which I don't know why you would, be apathetic, like straight up. They text you their stupid game stuff or their random texts, just ignore it. Ignore it. Maybe comment back, but be very apathetic about it, or maybe say something funny and then not respond. Like, playing with a low-level Pisces is very fun, but it's also like pointless. It's very easy. It's very like, it's fun to watch them squirm, to be honest, because the funny thing is they're being the naughty one, and then you pull one over on them. But it was so funny because the second I was apathetic, he was just like, I'm coming in to the office tomorrow, this, that, or the other. Like, he was very much, and I was like, no, it's cool. Like, you don't have to do that. It's whatever. And, you know, it was all business. And then, they just really don't understand it. So if you guys have any questions about low-level Pisces, their games are not complicated. And you trying to understand them, there's nothing to understand, because he told me, we were having the conversation, and he just said, you don't understand. No, we don't understand because there's nothing to understand about it. You haven't given me any information. You haven't given me any facts. You haven't given me anything to go off of. So what would I not understand other than having to read your mind and, you know, psychically know what you were up to today, or psychically, like, it's just, you know, there's no winning in that game, because it's just, the only winning in it is honestly getting the hell away from them. So if you guys have any questions about low-level Pisces, feel free to drop a comment, anything like that. I'm evolved Pisces, honey, and we don't waste time with that shit. You know, game playing has no place here, and y'all will be found out very, very quickly, because I can tell you my chart is about 50% air, and I'm probably 42% of that Aquarius, and it's karma. So do not try to play those games anymore, low-level Pisces. Like, I don't understand it. I really don't. And then the ones that are on my channel that are watching this right now are most likely not low-level, but I just kind of wanted to let you know, like, the games aren't going to work anymore. And it's not just with me. It's a planetary thing. Those low-level games are not going to work. They worked for a really long time, and you guys got really lucky with the Piscean age that you guys got away with it. But he on it. I mean, that's to tell somebody they don't understand when you're not giving them all the facts and not all the information, and you're keeping secrets, or you're not communicating, is just there is nothing to understand. What would we understand? We have no information. So yeah, that's just a power play. The power plays aren't working anymore, just so you guys know. So yeah, if you guys want to drop a comment, like, a share, anything like that, or you want me to talk a little bit more about low-level Pisces, just don't even bother with them. Like, run. really quickly the other way, because it's just not worth your time. It's negativity, 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 over and over and over, and they'll continue to play those games with you. Those games don't go away, and they don't grow out of them unless they're really, really shook up. And I think the best way to shake up a low-level Pisces is just to leave them alone. Let them leave alone, because the funny thing is they're trying to make you overanalyze, when really if you left them alone, they'd go over and over in their head with why you're not talking to them, why you don't care, why, you know, this, that, or the other. So, yeah, I just thought I'd do a little bit of a rant. It was just funny. I started talking to this guy, and he's just exhibiting the same behaviors. And it's funny too, like, just so you guys know, I also have experience with a narcissistic Pisces for over 5 years. So this is nothing new to me. I'm high level Piscean, and we're always winning. So love you guys. We'll talk soon. Bye.